I created the most technically advanced app of my indie app development career. Only problem? This app will never see the light of day. I spent a day building this thing only to work out that there's no target market and the hardware requirements are only available in the latest versions of the iPhone 15. So how did I get here? These are the mistakes that I've made in the past 24 hours that you can avoid. This is the app that I've created. It's an augmented reality app that lets you draw on any surface. You use your hand and you draw like you would drawing on the iPhone screen, but it draws it into the real world. Similar to how the Vision Pro works in the demos that I've seen. It turns out that this functionality is built directly into the iPhone 15. I was originally creating a Hello World example. So I wanted ChatGPT to create a Hello World demo, and I was going to progressively make it get crazier and crazier. Similar to how you see ChatGPT prompts asking to create an image and just take it to the next level, take it to the next level. I wanted to see what would happen if I created an app and just did that. Create a Hello World demo in SwiftUI. Make it better. Make it better. Make it better. And then this happened. An AR button appeared on my Hello World demo. And when I clicked it, there was like a single white square added to my desk. And when I clicked on the desk, it would add circles all around my desk. Wait, what? This is rendering at like 30 frames per second, probably more. It's smooth as anything, and I can interact directly with it on my phone. In its current state, I could add circles to my environment by dragging my finger around the screen. So I wanted to be able to draw in my environment, and to do that, what I had to do is link each of these circles one to the other. So I asked ChatGPT to link the circles as I'm drawing in my environment. Sure enough, it worked. The lines are a bit jaggedy. They're a bit not rendered all that great. So I asked it to do a bit more smoothing. And sure enough, it looks pretty impressive. I make it blue to make it stand out. And then I want to draw on surfaces around me. It works. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen, which is a problem when you're an indie app developer, because you get stuck down a rabbit hole or you get stuck building something, not because it has any practical use, but because it's cool to build and it sparks something in your brain to just keep building. So I get stuck down this rabbit hole and I keep prompting ChatGPT to make this demo better and better and better. Before I know it, the app is now scanning every single surface in my environment so that I can draw on it. And then I'm learning about object occlusion. And object occlusion in the AR world is the ability for the device to detect objects in real time that's in front of your rendered objects. So I could put my hand in the way and the hand overlaps the 3D drawn graffiti that I've drawn on the surface. Even fast moving objects like my son can jump inside of an imaginary circle and jump out of it. And the thing is, I'm really invested into this at this stage. This is like the coolest thing I have ever seen. I'm jumping outside, I'm drawing on my car, drawing on walls, I'm drawing on the whiteboard. I'm showing this demo to my partner, I'm showing this to the kids. Everybody thinks this is the coolest thing that's ever been created. And I agree. Technically, this is awesome. But is there a target market? Will anybody need this app? And will anybody even be able to use this app? These are questions that I didn't worry about this stage because I wanted to continue building my augmented reality Hello World demo, and I wanted to keep adding to it. So here I am adding the ability to import images and photos into this augmented reality world and just place it anywhere, like a billboard. This is cool. I'm really excited about this. This is something that I can brag about to my family and my friends, and I can brag about on Twitter. But I'm now 8 hours into playing around with this, essentially a tech demo, and I haven't even assessed whether this is even something viable. Who's going to even use something like this? So now I want to check how this runs on my trusty little iPhone 12 mini. Guess what? It doesn't work. Turns out this cool interactive AR functionality only works on the iPhone 15's new A17 Bionic chip. So that means that this functionality won't work on older iPhones. Even if they're running the latest version of iOS, even if they've got all of the updates running, it's not going to work. Okay, so this raises some alarm bells to me. If I'm going to release an app that has augmented functionality that you can draw on all of these objects around you, and I wanted to release it publicly on the App Store, it needs to actually work on all the devices that are going to download it. And when it doesn't work, it doesn't even tell you it doesn't work. It just shows the camera without any of the additional AR functionality working. So let's see how many devices this would actually run on. As of 2024, how many iPhone users have upgraded to an iPhone 15? As of mid-2024, the iPhone 15 series makes up about 7 to 10% of the total iPhone user base worldwide. So it sells well, but still it's kind of new. So making an app that relies entirely on the AR functionality of the iPhone 15 limits distribution to 7 to 10% of all iPhone users in the world. And when I'm building apps, I'm always thinking about the user acquisition channel. The bigger the target market, the more users there are. And there's a big piece of the pie, so there's enough to download your app. There's enough to download what you're offering. But all of a sudden, if you're fighting for user acquisition from a piece of the pie that is 7% the size of the total pie already, probably going to fail from the beginning. But the thought process is, this is cool. I like this. I want to build this and I want to release this. Now, the problem that I have is if I release it onto the App Store and there's 90% of people who have iPhones that don't support the functionality use the app, then you're going to get bad reviews. But arrogantly, I'm still committed to trying to make this thing work. I think to myself, well, what if I'm one of the first people to release an app like this, and then in like 2 years, 3 years, 5 years time, once this AR functionality is built into every single iPhone and the market share of devices that can actually support this functionality raises to like 50, 60, 70%, then I've got a strong hold on the App Store optimization. And then as people's technology catches up with the app, I'm positioned well. But my arrogance gets in the way, and I'm blinded by the technology so much that I'm still trying to find a target market for this app. I'm still trying to find market demand. So I go into my normal framework. Is anybody searching for an app like this? So to do some basic keyword research and some basic market research in the App Store, I use an app called Astro by Matteo. And this is my favorite app for doing keyword research in this moment. I'm not affiliated with it. I get no kickbacks. This is just a really cool app that has helped me make decisions about my apps, the keywords that I'm targeting, and generate better positions on the App Store. I will search for the keywords that I think people will look when searching for this app. I'm trying to find a target market for this app, or what the descriptive term would be to use this functionality. To me, it's like a graffiti, like an AR graffiti app. So my first point of call is to type in AR graffiti and see which apps are out there. So we've got an app called Graffiti AR Drawing, and I'll add that one. So that seems like my closest competitor in this field. And I want to type in like AR graffiti. Based on the keywords here, I can see that they're also targeting AR drawing. So AR graffiti, AR drawing. I can tell that because in their title, they've got graffiti, AR, so they're targeting AR graffiti, and also AR drawing. Okay, so straight away I can see AR graffiti, very low popularity with a high difficulty. The app's currently ranking for this keyword: art world, culture platform, graffiti, AR drawing. So anyone that types in AR graffiti is seeing these apps. And the thing that's surprising or concerning to me is that the app ranked number 2 targeting the keyword graffiti AR only has 1 review. That's pretty low volume, and that speaks volumes to this popularity ranking here. Popularity 5. So if I was to create an AR graffiti app, there's nobody looking for that app, and it's most likely going to just fail. So we got this AR drawing keyword, and okay, sure, with a bit of modification, maybe we could make this app so you could draw objects in real life, and you could draw 3D models and all that sort of stuff that you would expect to be able to do on the Vision Pro. And the popularity is pretty good. Popularity 51, difficulty 42. Let's have a look at what the apps are. AR drawing, sketch and paint. AR drawing, paint and sketch free. AR drawing, sketch. AR drawing, sketches. AR drawing, paint and sketch. AR drawing, learn and sketch. AR drawing, tracing projector. Straight away, these results tell me a couple of things. 1, a lot of people targeting this keyword AR drawing. The top 10 results all have the keyword AR drawing as their first primary keyword with the title after it. Secondly, reviews are high, so it has a lot of volume. I can see already popularity 51, and you can see that there's a lot of volume in the reviews for these apps. Here's the issue. Straight away with these screenshots, I can tell that people searching for AR drawing, or the apps in the marketplace for AR drawing, are not drawing in the real world through AR. So we have the AR drawing apps in there, and they're all pretty much the same. They're not an AR drawing in the sense that I would think of AR as a technical person. For me and you, AR is drawing in a 3D world in your environment, an augmented reality world. But as it turns out, for consumers and for these apps, AR drawing is just an overlay on the camera. You get your pen and paper and you sketch it out. That's not really AR, but this is the terminology being used in this market segment, and coming into it with anything different is going to be a failure. Plus, it's saturated. So coming into it, you're probably not even going to get ranked well. So where to from here? What other keywords are people using? AR sketch. I mean, this is going to be the exact same issue, isn't it? AR sketch. Okay, so we have AR sketch. There's only 1 app targeting AR sketch directly. 2, it's getting a decent amount of downloads. Like not amazing popularity, but still quite achievable to rank for those keywords. So AR sketch might work, but this isn't the app for AR sketch. So it would require an entire redevelopment of the app. My cool little tech demo, it's not coming out as I planned. I think this is cool. My family thinks this is cool. My kids think this is cool. But apart from this is a cool factor, what can you do with this thing? So at this stage, I'm getting a bit desperate with this app. What else? What other practical uses can I have for an app that uses this technology, uses the AR functionality that people would be looking for? And I come up with tattoos. Okay, so AR tattoo. You could put the camera over your skin and you could sort of overlay what the tattoo would look like on your skin and pull the camera back and pull it in, and that might work, right? No. Nobody wants an AR tattoo app. Nobody's targeting the keyword, and the popularity is low. This does show an interesting trend where AI tattoo designs are trending on the App Store and getting quite a few downloads. So I guess in that respect, you would just simply take a photo of your body or a photo of where you want the tattoo to go, and then use AI to generate the image. So you'd prompt it. You'd say, I want an image of a love heart with mum in it, and I want it here. And then the app would just place the tattoo on your photo through AI. Pretty cool. That would work. Doesn't need the complicated functionality of an AR app. It's just pretty simple. And that's when I have to just stop. This past day building this thing, there's no target market and I wasted a bit too much time on it. The other issue is you can't release an app to the App Store that targets a specific device. Sure, you can target by iOS or API access, but when it comes to actually limiting this app from being downloaded on devices that just won't work with it. So let's say I did build this app to its natural conclusion and did release it. The problem there is it only works on 7 to 10% of all iPhone devices out there. There's no way to limit the download of this app on devices that are older. The App Store just doesn't let you. It lets you say by iOS version, so I can limit it to the latest version of the iOS, which may limit people downloading on older devices. But I mean, my iPhone 12 mini has the latest iOS version built into it. So I would be able to still download it from the App Store, even though the functionality wouldn't work. So then I would have to build some sort of locking mechanism that says this functionality not available on your phone within the app itself. This is a great way to get bad reviews. And if I wanted to release this app so that in 5 years' time, when this is common technology and it's commonly available in everybody's pocket, and people wanted to download it and try it, then I've done myself a disservice because I've now got a bunch of 1-star reviews saying it just doesn't work. So the only other option is to build a whole mechanism that replicates the functionality on older devices using some sort of hacky or some sort of additional functionality, which kind of defeats the purpose of the whole thing anyway. I don't know if you can tell, but I've been struggling the past couple of videos to really try to get these videos out. When you're unwell, it's so easy just to sit on a computer and do work. Even if I've got a fever, even if I've got a sore throat, I can still do my job, I can still do my work. But making this commitment to make 2 videos every week and just push through everything. I mean, last week I only released 1 video. I was so sick, that's all that I could actually get out. But I'm on the mend now. But I've still got like a croak in my throat where every 5 seconds I have to cough off camera. So I'm going to have to do so much audio editing to make sure that those peaks just don't make it into the final version. It's just a reminder that I can't hide away from this thing. I've made a commitment to make 2 videos every week about my journey, about my progress. And rain, hail, or shine, I'm going to keep pushing through that. I'm putting in the reps, I'm putting in the work now because I know in a year's time, this is my learning process and my journey to get to where I want to go. I want to help inspire people and want to help people build their indie app development business. But if I stop even for a few weeks while I recover, it's going to be harder to get stuck back into it. And this is something that I've done even with my running. So I've stopped running at the moment. I'm not well enough to actually run. So I'm going out and I'm just trying to get walks still in the mix. I'm not well enough to run, but I can still walk. Because then when I become well again, it's easier to get back into that cycle of running. I've found with anything in life, trying to form a new habit and trying to form that discipline, the part that always throws me off the rails, always throws me off my goals is illness or sickness. When I get sick, all of my habits and all my disciplines stop, and then I need to resume them again and get back into it. So that's why I'm pushing through doing these videos. I feel crap, but it's all just part of the discipline and it's all part of the commitment that I made to myself to release these videos. So I appreciate you sticking around while I push through this crazy time. This whole process has reminded me that just because I can build something doesn't mean I should. As an indie app developer, one of the most important lessons that I have learned is not only knowing what to build, but also knowing what not to build. In this case, it's a cool tech product and it works well. And it got to sort of pique my interest and it got to pique my curiosity, and it helped me learn some new skills about building in AR and how that all works. And that might come in handy in the future if the Vision Pro takes off or the iPhone 15 AR functionality becomes more readily available. But for this point in time, I've wasted a day building this thing. I've wasted a day making a video about this thing. And I need to get back to building my video editing app because that's my bigger picture. That's where I want to go and that's where I want to take it. But the thing is, I get distracted and I like to follow my curiosity and see where it goes. And I guess I just inadvertently just tied a very nice bow around this whole video. Discipline and habit. Getting into the discipline of not getting distracted on making weird little AR apps and focusing on the key goal. And the discipline of just, even when I'm not feeling well, to get stuck into building, get stuck into the video production, get stuck into all of the habits that I want to keep for the future. So with that said, this has been an interesting video to make. I hope you liked it and learned something new. If anything, you learned what not to do. If you like this sort of content, I try to release 2 videos every week about my indie app development journey. Like this video, comment about your own strategies, and let me know what sort of content you want to see in the future.